This is Fitness Boyd with another installment on my YouTube channel, and I was motivated to put this video up today because I got on my Facebook yesterday and I saw that P90X, which I like, on Facebook, I saw on their feed they were featuring my P90X results video from YouTube on their feed, and it was pretty cool. Got onto my own Facebook and I saw my own face on my feed. It stirred up some response. People were interested in my video and how I achieved my results. What was really nice about it was it gave me an opportunity to tell other people what I had done to achieve success, and hopefully other people can get success from me too. So one of the questions came up from that, what have I done to stay in shape after P90X? And that was one of the questions that I actually found myself Googling when I finished P90X. I'm like, oh my gosh, fitness life as I know it is over now. It's been 3 months of this program, and what am I going to do? I wanted to kind of taper off the program, so I did a lot of swimming. I did lap swimming, about a mile to a mile and a half a day, 2 miles max. Just kind of easy swimming. I kept my cardio up. Swimming's actually good, for your muscles as well. It keeps the muscles pumped, keeps them, I think it maintains strength. So I did that from December to January, and then in January I began training for the Arnold Sports Festival Pump and Run. What the Pump and Run is a bench press competition combined with a 5K. You bench press your body weight for a maximum of 30 repetitions, and for each repetition you get 30 seconds off your 5K time, then you run a 5K after the bench press portion. I weighed in, I met my weight goal. I weighed in at 187, which allowed me to bench press 185. They round up or down to the nearest 5 pounds. So I bench pressed 185, and I benched 185 12 times. I was comfortable with that. I wanted to do more, and that's what I'm focusing on this year now, is upping my strength and my bench. So I bench pressed 185 12 times, then I ran a 5K, and I'm pleased to report that I broke 20. My time was 19:36. When I started jogging last year in August to lose some weight, back when I weighed 225, I ran a 5K in about 27-28 minutes. And I got my time down to break 20, so that was pretty substantial. And just, 7-month period, I was able to break about 7 minutes off my time, 8 minutes even. Now, when I was in childhood, back in high school, 96 to 2000, I was a runner and a swimmer. And when I ran back then, I ran a 5K in 17:45 and a mile in 4 minutes 55 seconds. So I'm still not as fast, obviously, as I was back in high school, but I felt good. I'm a leaner, meaner, quicker Boyd here, so that's good. I wanted to tell you about my experience at the Arnold Sports Festival. I got there, weighed in, hadn't eaten much. Once I did my bench press, which, by the way, they had some kind of professional grade benches, obviously, at the Arnold Sports Festival, and the weight was like really wobbly. I don't know if the bench was harder than I was used to pressing on, or if the barbell was like way longer than, super long, way longer than I was used to, but it was like really wobbly. It was wobbling side to side. My stabilizing muscles were like going crazy, and I'd been practicing the bench press going into this, but my stabilizing muscles were not ready for that apparatus. There was something different about their bench. So anyway, I'm working on that. Did the bench press, then I was able to down a lot of Gatorade, trying to replenish my electrolytes, up my glycogen levels. I'd kind of been starving myself to make sure I hit 187. So the crazy part was the run. We got to the starting line. It was about 2 hours after the bench press, and I was at the very front of the starting line because I was one of the first people out there. And this is on a city street in Columbus, Ohio, right? Well, the streets were kind of roped off. You had this huge, long path down Main Street in Columbus, High Street. And about a minute before the race started, the walled-off areas opened up and some traffic poured into the intersection right in front of us. And I'm thinking, what the heck? You know, we got a race starting in 2 minutes. Why are they letting cars through? And then I looked closer and I realized, well, it was 4 Chevy Tahoes. And I started thinking, oh, I bet the Arnold's here. And he was. It was really cool. He got out of one of the Chevy Tahoes, had this huge, you know, physique, very impressive man. Even though, you know, he's getting older in years now, still very impressive. And I was actually starstruck. I had a heart rate monitor on for the run, you know, and my heart rate was at 130 before Arnold pulled up, just from pure nerves. I mean, I was just nervous. Hadn't done a competitive event in a long time. So I was very nervous already. When Arnold pulled up and got out, my heart rate went from 130 up to 150. So I was really starstruck, and I was a little bit surprised by that. I didn't, well, one, I forgot Arnold was going to be there, and I didn't, you know, I was really impressed with him. So anyway, he gets out the microphone, and he says, you know, thank you for being here, and he does this whole spiel on, you know, this is the Arnold Sports Festival, it's people like you that make it this important. And then he told a joke. He said, I can tell you all very good runners because I'm looking out here along the starting line. I see you all have very developed thigh muscles, well-defined thigh muscles. And it was hysterical that he's commenting on everybody's thighs before the race. So then he gets the microphone, he says, are you ready to run? And everybody says, yeah, you know, we all scream. He says, 3, 2, 1, go! And we're all like, I guess we're supposed to go. And Arnold was still standing right in the middle of the intersection. He was about to be stampeded, and it wasn't just him. It was his whole entourage and photographers, and there were probably 15 people in that intersection. And we just all ran around him. I could have reached out and touched him. It was amazing. I didn't, for obvious reasons. But it was just amazing to have him start the race. It was very humble of him to do. It was a very good, it was a nice gesture on his part. A class act. So I really appreciated getting to meet him, or see him anyway. It was very impressive. So that was my experience at the Arnold Classic. I really enjoyed it. I didn't get to see the expo much because my whole family was there, and we had other things going on that day, so we had to get going. But it was just a lot of fun. I'd encourage anybody to go to that event or to participate in similar events. Had a blast at the Arnold Sports Festival. I definitely intend on doing it next year. And now I'm moving on to some bodybuilding type training and some strength training, trying to get stronger for next year's Arnold Classic and just continue my health goals. So thanks for tuning in. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I appreciate your continuing viewership. And with that, you have a nice day.